everybody. It's me, Gerald McIntosh. I am live from NASA. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not live from NASA. Just joking. I'm in my living room, and I'm here to talk about movies, though. This is my first video, so I'm a little nervous. I'm a little excited, so I'll do my best, okay? If you guys are big movie fans, welcome. I'm glad you're here, and we're going to talk about movies from the 80s. That's right, the 80s. Now, I love the 80s. It was a great, great time for films. I was born in the 80s. I'm an 80s kid by heart, so, all right? We're going to start with movies from the 80s. We're going to go from 1980. We're going to go to the top 10 best movies of 1980. And from there, we're going to go from 80 all the way to 1989, though, and then from each year of the 80s. And then once we get done with that, then we will talk about the best films of the 80s and stuff of all time. So I am super excited about doing this, guys. So let's just get into it, all right? My top 10 from 1980. Now, 1980 was a very diverse year for movies. You had horror films, sci-fi, comedies, actions. You had a little bit of everything. So I'm super stoked. All right, my top 10, of course. We're going to start with number 10, of course. You probably all know the movie and stuff. If you don't, well, shame on you. All right, my number 10, of course, is, you guessed it. See if you can guess it. Flash. That's right. Flash Gordon. That's right, right. Of course, we all know that iconic song from Flash Gordon, though, is done by Queen. Queen has a whole soundtrack for the movie. I love Queen. Just a great, great band. And Flash Gordon is played by Sam Jones. And basically, the movie is about this football player who plays for the New York Jets who has to save the world. What? That is so cool. Who would be a football player who wants to save the universe? That's just awesome. And of course, you have the main villain in the movie, Emperor Ming, which is done by Max von Sydow, who's just an amazing, amazing actor and stuff. And he's literally almost unrecognizable in the film. He has like a bald head, like a long mustache like this and stuff. It's just weird, but it's cool though. Great special effects in the movie, great visual effects in the movie, of course. And of course, you also got, how forget it, you also have Timothy Dalton. You probably all know Timothy Dalton from James. I'm James Bond. 007, of course. I love this movie. Now, I know it's a little campy, a little cheesy at times, and maybe look a little outdated, but if you're a nostalgia fan and you love this film like I do and stuff, you're going to have it in your top 10, of course. So, for me, Flash Gordon is my number 10, and it's directed by Mike Hodges. All right? So, let's go to number 9. Of course, number 9. And if you recognize it, go. Number 9 is Kill, 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 Kill. That's right, Friday the 13th. Of course, Friday the 13th is a classic horror film. It basically launched an entire franchise. Now, this franchise goes over decades. Now, it's not the first slasher film ever made. The first slasher film ever made was, of course, dates back to the 70s, of course, with Halloween and some other films, of course, too. But this is the launch of Friday the 13th, though. And basically, it's a movie about a bunch of kids who go to this camp, which is Camp Crystal Lake, and they basically get killed one by one, though. But the cool thing about the film is, though, you don't know who the killer is in the film, though. That is. So, spoiler, if you've never seen Friday the 13th, spoiler, the killer is Jason Voorhees' mother. I know, right? You don't see Jason Voorhees until the second film, though. Of course, you do see him at the very end of the movie. Of course, another spoiler and stuff. When he pulls the girl into the water and stuff like that, and she literally drowns. And of course, the main killer is played by the amazing Betsy Palmer in the movie. She is the main villain in the movie, Mrs. Voorhees. And then, of course, you also have Kevin Bacon in the movie. Yeah, no, Kevin Bacon, weird, right? Exactly. He's in this film too. You probably all know him from the movie Footloose. It's just a great, great horror film, though. It's exciting. It's anticipating. You never know who the killer is through the whole film, though. It's just a really good movie, though. So if you like classic horror films, this is it. Friday the 13th. It's number 9 on my list, and it was directed by Sean S. Cunningham. Okay, guys? All right, let's go to number 8 on my list. Number 8 is The Big Brawl. Now, I know a lot of people probably don't remember The Big Brawl. Well, The Big Brawl was a movie made by Jackie Chan, and I know everybody knows who Jackie Chan is, though. He's a great martial artist, iconic stunt double. He's done so many movies, from Drunken Master to Police Story, Rumble in the Bronx, and so on and so forth. So we all know who Jackie Chan is, though. He plays this guy named Jerry in the film, though. He works at a restaurant with his family, and the mobsters are coming in his house to ask him to pay over a debt. But unfortunately, his dad can't pay the debt, though, so they kind of try to rough him up a little bit and stuff. And his Jerry, Jackie Chan, defends his family restaurant in the movie. And then basically later on in the movie, they basically kidnap his brother's girlfriend and force Jackie Chan, these mobsters, force him to compete in this battle royal tournament. So it's a really, really good movie though. It's got great martial arts. It's really funny. From the rollerblade scene in the movie contest, where he's like having to like shoot with the water like this, and he's holding a trash can like this and everything like that stuff. It's just incredible. I mean, who doesn't love Jackie Chan? His major martial arts, his stunts he does in the movie. He's hilarious in the movies. Like, let's do some nice. I know it's just a great movie. And of course, you also have Mako in the movie, who's also a family member of his movie. I believe they think it's his either grandfather or his uncle in the movie. Not one of us concerned, but he helps him in the movie though to help prepare for the tournament and stuff. But it's just an amazing movie. If you've never seen the movie though, you can see it was called The Big Brawl. It is directed by Robert Close. Okay, guys, and that is my number 8 film. Number 7, of course, is Caddyshack. That's right, Caddyshack. Caddyshack is a sports film. It's golf. I know some people are not a big fan of golf. I'm not really a big fan of golf, but this is basically the movie that basically started basically golf films. And this basically led to other films like Billy Madison, of course, which is also another golf movie as well too. So you love sports, love golf, and you love comedy, this is the movie for you. It's number 7 list. It has an amazing cast in the movie from Chevy Chase, who plays a rich, kind of suave guy, who kind of seduces all the women in the movie, everything that stuff. And then, of course, you have Ronnie Dangerfield, who's just this rich, kind of comedic guy in the movie, wears this weird dress clothing all the time in the film, though, but he's absolutely there in the film. And he kind of basically gets under the annoyance of this other rich guy who's named Ted Knight in the movie, who's the main character in the film. And he basically annoys him the whole film, plays jokes on him constantly all the time though, and they have to basically compete in these golf matches, and it's just incredible. And then of course you've also got in the movie you've got Bill Murray, who basically plays a gardener guy who keeps the ground for the whole golf course though, and he's trying to stop and keeps messing around with this stupid gopher who keeps trying to antagonize him the entire film though, and keeps trying to blow him up and stuff. And it's just a great movie, all around great film. If you love golf films, you love sports films, and if this is for a movie you and you love comedies, this is it. And this has some of the greatest iconic comedians we've ever seen on the silver screen. So guys, if you love this film, watch it. It's directed by Harold Ramis. You probably know who Harold Ramis is, who was also in Ghostbusters. All right, that is my number 7 film on the list, Caddyshack. Okay, number 6, of course, on my list is Coal Miner's Daughter. Now, Coal Miner's Daughter is a biopic about the life of the famous country singer Loretta Lynn. And this basically tells her story of how she grew up in Kentucky as a coal miner's daughter, and she grew up very poor. And then she basically she heard music and stuff like that, and there's recording studios to try to get discovered. And eventually she does get discovered. And then along the way, she meets this guy who plays her husband in the movie, Tommy Lee Jones. We all know Tommy Lee Jones, great actor. Been in so many big films, though. Love him as an actor. He plays her husband in the movie. And this basically shows the struggles of her life, though, what she goes through, who's played by Sissy Spacek in the movie, who plays Loretta Lynn. And she is an amazing actress. And she's played in a lot of great movies. If you know it from, of course, the original classic Carrie, we all know from back in the days, of course. And another old movie, of course, The Help, which was made later on, like 2000s, which is another great film if you've never seen it. Yeah, it's just a great movie. So the struggles of her life, what she goes through, her love for music, her family, her husband, the abuse she has to go through with her husband all the time in the movie. It's just an incredible film with her, and a great acting performance telling the story of Loretta Lynn's life. If you haven't seen it, guys, you guys need to see this film. It is number 6 on my list. It is directed by Michael Apted. All right. That's 6 through 10, of course. Number 10, of course, was Flash Gordon, of course. Number 9 was Friday the 13th. Number 8 was The Big Brawl. Number 7 was Caddyshack. And number 6 was Coal Miner's Daughter. Now, we get down to the top 5. Ooh, super excited. What's the top 5 going to be? Let's get into it, guys. Number 5, of course, if you guys don't know it, it's called Urban Cowboy. Now, Urban Cowboy by John Travolta, who plays the main character, Bud, in the movie. He basically moves to this place in Houston and with his family, his relatives in the movie. And basically along the way, he basically goes into this bar and he meets this girl who is played by the amazing actress Deb Winger. You probably all know her from a lot of movies, from Offers and Gentlemen to Terms of Endearment. Great actress. and stuff. She plays Sissy in the movie though, and he basically falls in love with her in the movie, and they get married. And it basically shows the struggles of what they go through in their relationship like that. From affairs to love to country music. It has everything in the film. It has country music. If you love country music, if you love bars, bar fights, and stuff in the movie, and you love seeing the struggles of people going through relationships in the movie, it's just a really, really, really good film. Though. It also has another great actor in the movie, Scott Glenn. You all know Scott Glenn. He's a great, great actor. Played a lot of great movies. Of course, one of them would be Courage Under Fire, of course, which is another great film as well if you've never seen it. And he plays Wes in the movie. He plays basically the guy that comes between Bud and Sissy in the movie. And yeah, and he's kind of this criminal who's an ex-convict who basically seduces his wife though, and basically it shows the struggles of what they both go through in the movie though. On both of them, but the struggle he goes through with his relationship with her, and her struggle with relationship goes with him, and then them splitting up, and then by the end of the movie they have to try to come back together though, but it's not always that easy though, and it basically shows you how complex life is and how love is and stuff. It's never an easy thing. All right, but it's a great, great film though. If you've never seen it, you should see it. Urban Cowboy is number 5 on the list. It is directed by James Bridges. All right, number 4, of course, you probably all this movie. You know the song, of course, by Dolly Parton. Working 9 to 5, we make living. Yeah, that's right. 9 to 5. It's number 4 on my list, though. This is a great, great film. It has an amazing cast in the film from Lily Tomlin, of course. You all probably know Lily Tomlin and stuff. She does a show, Grace and Frankie, which is on Netflix. Jane Fonda, of course, was also her tag team partner in the show, Grace and Frankie, which is on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's really funny. And of course, you have the amazing Dolly Parton. You all know Dolly Parton. She's done other movies too, like Straight Talk, which she did later on in the 90s with James Woods. And you all know her. She's a very famous country singer, of course. This is a great, great film. 9 to 5 is basically about these 3 women who work in this office who have to deal with a chauvinistic, sexual boss in the movie. And he's just a horrible boss. He's horrible in the movie to them, the whole film. And these 3 girls are basically imagining how can they get back at the boss and make his life miserable because he's been making their life miserable through the entire movie. It's just funny. They take him hostage, they kidnap him, they tie him up and stuff like that in the movie. He's like chained to the ceiling and stuff. And you see the fan going around. It's absolutely hilarious in the movie. These 3 women in the movie are just great together. It's a comical performance by these women. If you've never seen the movie 9 to 5, you should see it though. It's just great. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's 3 women at the top of their games: Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, and Dolly Parton. Just a great, great movie. It is directed by Colin Higgins. All right, that's number 4 on my list, and that's 9 to 5. All right, number 3 on my list, the final 3. Ooh, super excited, yeah. Number 3, of course, is Stir Crazy. That's right, Stir Crazy is a phenomenal raunchy comedy. Of course, you know, I know the great Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. Now, Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor are just 2 comical geniuses that just were at the top of their games. Now, you probably know them from other films like Toys, Silver Streak, and of course, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, which is another classic though, which was also made later on in the 80s, but we'll get into that later on and stuff. But this movie is basically about Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. They're 2 guys who basically lose their jobs and they decide to go out and look for a new venture. And I think they land in, I think it was somewhere out west. And they basically take a job at this bank, basically playing a bunch of birds who have to entertain people at a bank. All right. And then one day they go to eat lunch, and all of a sudden these guys steal their costumes, basically, and they go into the bank and they rob the bank. And everybody thinks that they're the ones that did it because they're the ones wearing the costumes. So they get framed for a robbery they did not commit, and they end up going to jail for a long, long time. It's just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, could you imagine Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder in jail? Oh my goodness. This movie has so many funny scenes in the film, though. It's just a great, great movie from start to finish. Like from the scene where the scene of going to jail though, and they're all freaking like hold me down, let's hold me down, like take a pill, it's finished. And the part where they're in the movie and this big black guy comes over like you can kiss the baby. That movie is absolutely funny from start to finish. It has another great cast. It has Craig T. Nelson in the movie, who plays one of the guys, the guards, and the thing. and he basically just tortures him the whole film, though, and he's mean to him. And of course, you have their attorney, who is by Jo Beth Williams. You probably know her from the movie Poltergeist, which is a very iconic classic film, though. If you love comedies, you love Prison, you love Richard Pryor, you love Gene Wilder, you need to see Stir Crazy because the movie literally is Stir Crazy. But it's a great, great film, though. And it is directed by the amazing, incredible actor. You all know him, Sidney Poitier. We all know him, an amazing actor. You probably know him from a lot of films like This Is Coming to Dinner. Yeah, you probably know him from that movie as well. In the Heat of the Night, of course, another great iconic film. All right, that's number 3 on my list is Stir Crazy. All right. Now we're down to the final two. The final two, where are they gonna be? Okay, number 2, of course. I like this movie. It's a great movie. Any Which Way You Can. That's right. Any Which Way You Can is a great movie. You all know it. It's by the amazing, the incredible Clint Eastwood, though. Just a great, great actor. You probably all know him from the Dirty Harry movies, from movies like Unforgiven. Just a great, great $1 Million Baby, of course. Just an actor. He also directs films too as well. He directed the film I think Grand Turturro as well. Just an amazing, amazing, amazing actor at the top of his game. And he basically plays a character called Philo Beddoe in the movie. He's a street fighter, takes a lot of street fights and boxes with these amateur fighters, or basically like who are Marines or former cops or whatever, or street brawlers. And basically, the movie he has a friend of the movie is called Jeffrey Lee Lewis, who plays his friend who lives in the house with him, of course, and with his crazy grandmother, though. And of course, he has an orangutan for a pet. I mean, seriously, an orangutan for a pet. And his orangutan is called Clyde. Now, Clyde is basically a goofy, beer guzzling, punching, knocking dudes out kind of gorilla. I love him though. He's a cool orangutan in the movie. Just awesome movie though. And of course, you also have the amazing actress Sandra Loki, who plays his love interest in the film and stuff. And they basically go kind of back and forth with each other though and stuff. He likes her, she likes him, but they basically kind of But eventually they fall in love with one another and stuff like that in the movie. But it's just a great, great film all around, and has a lot of iconic scenes in the film. He has this gang he has to go up against two of these biker gang though, who's called the Black Widows, and they're always trying to come after him and stuff like that and stuff for stuff he's done in the past with them. If you've ever seen the original one before, it was made in the 70s, of course. This is a sequel to it. And they basically mess with him with a part with a black tar and stuff like jump all the black tar on him, which is a really cool scene in the movie. And then you see the gorilla where he's in his truck and like that stuff, and his right turn, Clyde, and knocks the guys off their bikes though. And then you have his grandmother, who is his mother in the movie, who's absolutely plays this little old lady and everything like that. And she gets mad at him, and she's like all the time. She hates that gorilla because the gorilla's always stealing her food all the time in the movie. It's just a barrel of laughs the entire film, and it has an incredible battle scene at the end of the movie. Where Clint Eastwood, of course, Philo Beddoe has to fight this really, really tough guy named Jack Wilson, who's a really professional fighter. Everybody knows who he is, and it's just a massive street fight, and they take it all over the city, though. It's just a great, great movie from start to finish. If you like action, you like comedy, you like romance, this movie has everything you need in the movie. Any Which Way You Can is number 2. It was directed by Buddy Van Horn. All right, and number 1. Number 1 is the number 1 movie from the 1980. Of course, you probably all know it. Dun, 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 dun. That's right, Star Wars. Star Wars. The Empire Strikes Back. Now, everybody knows Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. This is just an incredibly great film, though. This movie has a sequel to it. It's a trilogy, of course. You have Star Wars: A New Hope, of course, and then you have Return of the Jedi, of course. Now, Star Wars: A New Hope was made in the 70s, and this one, of course, was made in this time period, which is a sequel to the film of the original Star Wars: The New Hope. And basically, it leaves off basically where the first one left off, and it's a great, great film. It has an amazing cast. Of course, Harrison Ford, of course, Han Solo. We all love him. Who doesn't love Han? He's just a great, great character in the movie. He's basically this guy who's basically a scavenger who basically makes deals with people but never lives up to his deals, though. He's kind of unreliable at times, like that stuff, but you always, in the end, for some reason, you always seem to depend on him for some reason. I don't know why, but you just do. And he's just a great character. I mean, we all know Harrison Ford, though. We know him from this movie. We know him from Indiana Jones and a lot of other great classic movies, though. But it's such a great character in the movie. And then, of course, you got Mark Hamill, of course, who plays Luke Skywalker, of course, the main hero in the movie. We all know him. We love him. Great actor, of course. And basically, he has to basically go through this trial and tribulation, basically, of having to learn the Force and everything like that. And he has to learn from his master, of course, Yoda, which is voiced by Frank Oz, who's a great voice actor. Incredible. And he basically has to learn the voice from Yoda and stuff like that stuff. But he's still very young, still very unprepared. And if he's ready to battle Darth Vader, who is the main villain of the movie, of course, we all know Darth Vader. Yeah, of course. And he basically tries to go after Darth Vader and basically fight him. But of course, he finds out in the film though that Darth Vader is his father. Of course, and we also, of course, we all know the icon Luke. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. I am your father. No, it can't be true. Yes, we all know that scene. So if you don't know, we've never seen it. Spoiler alert and stuff. It's just a great movie. It has a great cast in it though. It has Billy D. Williams in the film as well, who plays Lando Calrissian, who's absolutely hilarious in the film, of course. And then you got Princess Leia, who is voiced by Carrie Fisher. We all know Carrie Fisher, amazing actress, who recently passed away just shortly though. Massive respect to her though. We're gonna miss her. Miss you, Princess Leia. Carrie Fisher, rest in peace, lady. You know, we're gonna miss her iconic character though. Just won't be the same. But this is a great, great film though. It has great action sequences in it, great special effects, great comedy. I mean, let's be honest. If anybody loves Star Wars and you love lightsaber fights and stuff like that, and then you see, of course, these new creatures in the movie called the Ewoks, which are really cool in the movies too. And then you got main characters like CP3PO, R2D2. I mean, this movie is just incredible, and it's by far probably one of the best of of the Star Wars films, though. It's one of the more iconic ones. And if you all remember the one scene, of course, with Han Solo, where Princess Leia tells her, "I love you," and Han's like, "Yeah, I know." But of course, that's how Han Solo is, though. So that is my number one movie, of course, is Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. If you've never seen it, you need to see it. This is a great, great, iconic film, though, and stuff. The story is by George Lucas, of course. It was directed by Irving Kershner. And that is my list from 1 through 10 of the 1980 year. Okay? So I had a lot of fun talking about this. Like and subscribe if you like this. And we're going to do more videos. We're just going to have fun with it, of course. The next video, of course, we'll do is probably the year 1981, though. So, guys, get super excited about it. If you have any questions or anything about that, just let me know. And have a nice day, guys. Check you later. And see you at the movies.